Today we're going to talk about people who are getting arrested or simply approached by police for sitting next to their significant other or going surfing alone. But first I thought it would be important to take a look at this clip from The Late Show. You know, The Late Show with David Letterman, known as being one of the last bastions of late night comedy. If you don't know, the torch has been passed to Mr. Stephen Colbert, a very, very funny man, insightful, witty, everything that I am not, Stephen Colbert is. So let's take a look at this clip from his show featuring Nancy Pelosi saying, well, 90% of Americans are locked up at home, but that number should be 100%. Can you imagine how things are on lockdown right now and how much worse they would get if we made everybody stay home? No one to resupply the stores or work at the stores so we can buy things. No food, no clean water. It's not just me, right? Their true colors are starting to shine through. Well, they have for a while now, but I think even the less observant of the people in this world will be able to see these people for what they are.
To everyone, we're up to around 90% of the American people at shelter-in-place or other stay-at-home initiatives. It should be 100%.
So Nancy Pelosi wants to shut everything down. Shut everything down. Well, it would be a good time to maybe plant some seeds, maybe start growing your own food. Oh, you can't. Buying seeds is apparently not essential. Now, they'll keep the store open. You can go to the store, but the state is prohibiting people from purchasing and selling seeds to grow their own food. Attention customers, in compliance with the state of Pennsylvania executive order, the garden center is closed until further notice. Farmers have also started to get letters in the mail. Your milk check, April 1st, 2020. The rapidly changing conditions of the state are taking a toll on the cooperative and your milk check. The CME has dropped 30% in value with no bottom yet established. It goes on about price, but the important part is down here. The board of directors has approved the following program to encourage members to quit dairy farming by paying the equity in the cooperative for the years 2010 to 2019, provided in the following criteria met by the member. Not only are you not allowed to buy seeds at certain places, I believe they're still for sale at like Walmart and Target, but this is headed in a bad direction very, very quickly. Farmers, the places where we get our food, the farmers are being told by the state to stop producing food. Why would this be the case? Why would this help? Why would this be anything good in the long run? Well, we can't have people getting sick. We have to stop everything because somebody might get sick. No food. We don't get to have food or clean water because somebody might get sick. We're making ourselves starve because somebody might get sick. I know the whole thing looks bad, but stopping food production is far worse. But that's not all we're going to take a look at today. I have a video of a man going surfing at the ocean alone. How might you think that panned out for him? Being led away by police, social media, the same people who would normally oppose police action or activity in any instance, especially when it's to enforce overreaching government laws. Suddenly, these people are cheering it on because they've been convinced that a single person going outside by themselves is a danger to them, even though they stay inside. This is in America, by the way. This is in LA County. But here's another story out of Colorado. A father, 33, is handcuffed in front of his 6-year-old daughter for breaking social distancing guidelines by playing t-ball with his wife and kid in an empty park. Now, according to the article, it says that the park is closed in groups of no more than 4 persons. Parks remain open for walking, hiking, biking, running, and similar activities. Well, the man had himself, his daughter, and his wife, 3 people. But that didn't stop somebody from observing, hey, you're outside. You're not allowed to be outside. The government said, Big Brother said, you are not allowed to be outside. And the police showed up and threw cuffs on him because you are... In America, you have to have a license to go outside. A license, because you might pose, hypothetically, you might pose a danger to somebody. Sort of like staying inside your house for the rest of your life because you're afraid, oh, you know, I might get hit by a bus tomorrow. There was a president from a while back who was quoted as saying, so first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. Throughout life, you have to use fear as a motivator. Imagine if an animal in the wild was paralyzed when something posed a danger to it, just stood there, didn't do anything. Fear is meant to motivate you to survive, not prohibit you from it. But that's not all. Here's NYPD telling these 2 people who are married and live together that they're not allowed to sit close together outside. What we're doing is giving a blank check to any police officer that's having a bad day. All of these were from yesterday, by the way. Just imagine what these stories are going to look like in a week or in a month. And guess what? We're not even allowed to protest. Our right to assemble has been temporarily suspended. Well, how are things over across the pond over in the UK? Well, somebody went to teach their teenager how to drive, and they were pulled over by police and fined $1,600, $1,652 to be precise, for non-essential travel. Who gets to decide what is essential travel? The police officer that is walking down the street, or perhaps the politician that none of us trust? It's so strange how so many people who were skeptical of those in charge suddenly became so trusting when danger reared its weary head. What has been more troubling has been the response that people have had to stories like this. People saying things like, "Lock them up and throw away the key. We need to do something about this. Good. These people should be locked away forever for trying to go and live their lives." People on the internet have been convinced that people going outside in groups of 2 or 3 are endangering their lives while they sit inside their homes. Talk about buying everything the media was trying to sell you. That doesn't mean that there isn't something legitimate to be concerned about, but this is not the proper way of dealing with things. And to close out this video, I have an interview with James Bullard, President and CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. He came forward with a story saying, "Well, we can't resume normal life until we have every American tested daily with a badge letting us know that they have been tested daily." Remember, there is a shortage of tests out there, but somehow we're supposed to come up with 250 million of them every day. You have to ask yourself, what is the price of feeling safe?
The solution is universal testing. What you want is every single person to get tested every day, and then they would wear a badge like they would at after they voted or something like that, to show that they've been tested,